Good afternoon, book lovers of the internet. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am Book Nerd 802, and people during my live streams they keep asking me to recommend self-help books or books which will help them become better people. And first there was Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins, and I even reviewed this on my channel. You will find the link to my review in the description down below. And in this video, I am going to be reviewing the second book by the same author, David Goggins. It's called Never Finished: Unshackle Your Mind and Win the War Within. Now, this one consists of about 315 pages, and it took me a fair amount of time to get through, considering that it's a non-fiction book, but at the same time, it is also a quick read, very, very long chapters, and it's interesting because you are reading about another person's life, a person who is very determined, very willing to do anything to win. This for me was a 4 out of 5 star read, and as an avid reader who has an exam about philosophy and psychology in education tomorrow, this book certainly helped with putting things into perspective. And it's not only about how to achieve your dreams, but also the several factors that can make or break you during the journey towards accomplishing all that you set your mind to. So basically, it's about the people you surround yourself with, your endurance despite the pain, both physical, psychological, spiritual in a couple of cases, and also about seeing the bigger picture and fully understanding why you want to accomplish this and how it will make you a better person, and also how to get there, and basically looking past your nose in order to accomplish what you have in mind. And although this book is called Never Finished, I did actually finish it, and I suppose that gets me one step closer to understanding the Gogginian mindset, just finishing something that would otherwise be never finished, kind of like with the never ending story, which also comes to an end, believe it or not. But yeah, Goggins is certainly one of a kind, but it's not challenging for us all to apply his mindset to our own lives, albeit on a smaller scale. Perhaps we will not be able to run for several miles on a broken uh, leg, but we can still do something which pushes us beyond our limits on a smaller scale, I guess. But you have to keep in mind that even though you are doing it on a smaller scale than David Goggins, it is still a massive deal for you, especially if you accomplish it. And the serotonin that comes out of accomplishing something which you've been working towards for a very long time is insane. For example, I felt fantastic when we made it to 10,000 subscribers. So I also, for example, enjoy exercise quite a lot, and I also aspire to get a silver play button on YouTube, but not to the point where I would cripple myself or wish for a lobotomy, respectively. So yeah, he is indeed a hard mother effer, as he says, and all of us have what it takes to at least perceive and apply that mentality towards our own lives. And I like to think about my own life as belonging to a person I am inspired by, a person who is a role model to me, and regardless of who that person might be, I consider what would the person be doing, and if my body belonged to him, would it still be the same way? That is the kind of mentality I follow in my life, and over the years it has indeed made me a better person as well. And it's a case of mind over matter, always, but also a matter of who you allow into your foxhole. And David Goggins defines this foxhole thing as the people you allow to make you into the person you wish to become, those who help you accomplish your dreams and give you the opportunity to become a better person without hindering you in any way, shape, or form. And also a situation where the pain makes you take things more seriously, because if you don't, the outcome is more pain. It tends to be a vicious cycle in that regard, and the pain this time might be permanent, so you have to take things seriously to prevent the injuries from becoming even worse, whether it's once again physical or mental. And it is indeed mind over matter for the most part. And Goggins, which is something fascinating about the guy, by the way, he was not born like this, but shaped himself into the man he is today. And it is insane to think that he's 50 already. And yeah, I mean, we all grow, I suppose, but David Goggins being 50, it just doesn't check out in my mind. It doesn't make plenty of sense to me. Um, But yeah, I suppose age for some people and in certain contexts can be just a number. Do not misinterpret that, by the way. I do not want to be misconstrued, but yeah, I mean, it's a very solid read, and I would recommend it to anyone who is in dire need of locking in and stopping the excuses. There are people who just love making excuses in order not to accomplish what they have in mind. Um, because they are scared to become the best versions of themselves, which is something that is so weird to me. And it's about aiming further than whatever you might have previously thought you'd accomplish and setting the pace for others to look up to you as a role model. And in other words, in other terms, this book basically expresses how becoming an individual you're proud of is worth the pain and effort. And yeah, autonomy, individuality, making your own choices, becoming the better person you surely can be. They are all worth your time, all worth your effort, all worth the pain. So yeah, I suppose that was one of my key takeaways from Never Finished by David Goggins. But something which really resonated with me as well was that the people you allow to surround you, they change who you are as a person. So make sure to surround yourself with good people, have good role models, have good influences in your life, and sometimes I guess just your own company if you do not find those people. Your own company should be enough until you become a better person, at least in your own mind. But yeah, it was an okay read, a fantastic read overall, and it was equally as enjoyable as the first one, personally. And just reading about Goggins, it really inspires me and motivates me to actually become the better version of myself that I know I can be. But anyway, those were my thoughts on Never Finished by David Goggins. If you have any other thoughts with regard to this book, let me know down below in the comment section, and I will be more than happy to chat with as many of you as I can and just have a conversation about what it means to basically unshackle your mind and win the war within, um, and to stop putting limits on your own capabilities. You are always better than that. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, share, subscribe. Take a look at the rest of my content because why not? It's absolutely amazing. And I'll see you in the next one, hopefully very, very soon. Thank you for watching, and bye, guys.